What's going on, everybody? C4, welcome back to the channel. And today, there might be another video later on if Philly trades back in, but I'm going to be reacting to the Philadelphia Eagles' second and third round picks, which are very, very close together, like within 1, 2, 3, 4 picks of one another. So we might as well just put it all here in one video. The Kansas City Chiefs at pick 55. That's why I'm just recording this a little bit of a pre-hype so I can lay the groundwork of some guys that I want, and I'll be extra hyped if they draft them. They just got Rashee Rice, wide receiver at SMU, so it wasn't on my board whatsoever. But guys that I'm intrigued at, we got Josh Downs and Marvin Mims at wide receiver. We have Darnell Washington at tight end. Keep that Georgia pipeline going. I think that would actually be really, really intriguing because you can put him, Dallas Goedert, on the field quite a bit, and you have Washington be the blocker and free up just, you know, to maximize Dallas Goedert's receiving ability. I think you go with Cyrus Torrence at guard potentially. You could look on the defensive side of the ball. Trenton Simpson, I would love that pick. Just another freak athlete to put at that linebacker spot between him, Nolan Smith, and Nakobe Dean. That's pretty terrifying. You can look at Drew Sanders, another linebacker, 5-star athlete, you know, toolsy, tweener type player. Be interested to see how you could utilize him. Maybe overlaps a little too much with Nolan Smith. Keely Ringo, Tyreek Stevenson, corners. You can look at Adebaware, the freak defensive lineman, just because Howie Roseman likes to build through the trenches. Or if we're going safety, I was really hoping Brian Branch would fall to us. Detroit Lions went ahead to get him. So Jair Brown is my top available safety. I would love him in Philadelphia. I gotta wait a little bit longer as the Philadelphia Eagles have traded pick 62 to the Houston Texans for pick 65, 188, and 230. So it was only inevitable for Howie Roseman to try to acquire more day 3 picks because we're a little bit light in the ass for day 3. And I'm still content. I mean, Houston's up here. I'll be annoyed if Houston trades up and get a guy I want. But right now, I'd say my big 3 for the Eagles, who are going to have the second and third pick to start the third round: Darnell Washington, Trenton Simpson, Keely Ringo. Those are still the big 3. They're still in play. And if they, you know, hypothetically can land those 2 guys, 2 of those with the second and third pick of the third round and get those extra day 3 picks, that's a dub. All right, they announced Philly's making back-to-back picks right away. Trent Cole, the Hunter. I got a Trent Cole jersey in the closet. Yeah, underrated, man. Trent Cole was the shit back in the day. So, again, my picks. I'd go Trenton Simpson 1, Keely Ringo 2, and then if you're just straight up going BPA, upside, Darnell Washington would just be, you know, it's one of those things. Imagine like Jeff Stoutland's going to work with Darnell Washington, plus he has untapped potential as a tight end. But they got 2 picks here. I'm not expecting them to go with the guys that I want, but maybe just one. Just get at least one back-to-back of the players. But you got Adebaware, who they could go for, Jair Brown. Trent Cole's hype as shit. 65th pick. Philly gets Tyler Steen from Alabama. All right, there's your mulligan. That's 66. And the 66, they go Sidney Brown, the Canadian. All right. Sidney Brown's dope. Not the players I would have went. Steen, and I've said this all along, and if we got any lineman whatsoever, even one that, you know, I'm not partially the biggest fan of, you got to trust that Jeff Stoutland gave the thumbs up. And you got Tyler Steen, who was a Vanderbilt transfer. I don't know why they said and announced him as a guard. He's only ever played tackle. He was a tackle at Vandy. He was a left tackle at Alabama. Again, you're getting one of those guys where you're getting a versatile lineman, apparently. You're getting a guy that technically, like the technical side was probably the thing that was hurting him. I mean, Dave Brugler had his 3rd round grade. Remember, he was a top 100 for Dave Brugler on the draft guide. And you're getting, disappointing pick, but this was a guy that Jeff Stoutland said, get this guy. I'm going to make this guy into a player. Now, it's interesting to see and understand the fallout from this. What does this mean for the guard spot? Are they bringing him in to compete with Cam Jurgens for the right guard spot? I don't, you know, it's, again, Not much I can say positive. You get a nice. He was a solid starter for Alabama, pedigree at Alabama. Transferred from Vandy, went to Alabama, didn't look out of place whatsoever. It's just interesting, an interesting pick. We gotta trust Jeff Stoutland because you gotta check. He's the best offensive line coach in the NFL. But a little bit of a wet fart of a pick, if we're gonna be completely honest. But we trust Jeff Stoutland. I'm not going to badmouth it like I did. And I didn't even badmouth Landon Dickerson. I just so much wanted that year, JOK, the linebacker. But again, wanted Trenton Simpson, wanted a linebacker. Howard Roseman just doesn't value linebackers whatsoever. So we are moving on. But then I'll talk about the next one. We got Sidney Brown, the safety out of Illinois. Given the available safeties, interesting. Antonio Johnson from Indiana is there. Jair Brown, my favorite safety available, is there. But I am going to gas up a Canadian because that is awesome. We have a Canadian player on the Philadelphia Eagles. Got to make amends for the last Canadian player that was on the Philadelphia Eagles, who was absolute butt cheeks in Danny Watkins. But Sidney Brown missed tackles, but who else missed a lot of tackles? Chauncey Gardner-Johnson missed a lot of tackles. Ridiculous athlete, 4.47 in the 40-yard dash, 40-inch vertical, ridiculous RAS, like a 9.6. And I guess if you're saying, and looking at the available safeties that are still left, he's the best athlete. He's the best. It's really him and probably Daniel Scott from Cal. If you're truly evaluating, well, we want to go safety. We want to get the best athlete available here at this spot. Get someone that can contribute on special teams. And production is there for sure. You hope that he can clean up the missed tackles a little bit. But not a reach. Again, he was kind of one of those guys, 3rd, 4th round, much in line with Steen. None of those guys, we're not getting guys that were projected to go in the fifth, like a Juice Scruggs to the Houston Texans type move. Sidney Brown last year at Illinois, 59 tackles, 3.5 TFLs, 13 pass breakups, and 6 interceptions. The production is absolutely undeniable. But he's like one of those guys, honestly, if his tackling wasn't a weakness, probably goes higher. He's probably a guy that you're hearing called in the 2nd round. Could have been the next safety selected after Brian Branch, even if that's where Brian Branch plays. I assume, with the range that, him landing with Detroit, they might just view him as a slot corner right away. So when you look at Sidney Brown, you get a very explosive ball hawk, 10 interceptions, 26 pass breakups in his career at Illinois. And the discrepancy between like a Jair Brown and a Sidney Brown, not massive for my personal opinion. And definitely there's going to be a little bit of Canadian bias in here. Happy with this pick. Like this pick more than I like Tyler Steen. But again, you just, as Eagles fans, I don't think we can badmouth any lineman pick. Because no matter what we think, no matter how smart you think you are at analyzing football, as it relates to Philadelphia Eagles, they do not take an offensive line player without Jeff Stoutland said, this guy's here. And you got to imagine Jeff Stoutland saw something in Tyler Steen that is going to translate very well in terms of his coachability, in terms of his upside. He brings some tackle guard versatility. So not the picks I would want it. Literally, we just saw Drew Sanders go, the pick after the Philadelphia Eagles made to the Denver Broncos, but we gained a couple day 3 picks. You break it down. Darnell Washington might have been surplus requirements for the Philadelphia Eagles. We have Dallas Goedert, so drafting a backup tight end, you can talk yourself out of that. Keely Ringo, it would have been nice. Would have been nice to have another Georgia Bulldog, but again, we're drafting for a depth corner at this point, so maybe they value that a little bit lower if they think Sidney Brown is going to be able to challenge and compete right away for the starting safety job with, be it Terrell Edmonds, be it Reed Blankenship. So, I'm really happy. I like the Sidney Brown pick at the end of the day. And let's see how it finishes, man. We got a couple more picks now on day 3. What do you guys think about it? Tyler Steen, I don't know. People are going to be like, who, why, with the given players that are still there, the big name players that were still there, the guys that were slipping. But I think it's just fair to just chalk anything up. You'd be like, well, Stoutland likes him, so I guess we got to like him. And then Sidney Brown, Canadian by side. I think he's a very exciting player. Anytime you get a guy that got 6 interceptions and tested freakishly athletic, like one of the most athletic safeties of the last couple years, there's a lot to work with there, especially if Sean Desai thinks that he can, show up the tackling ability there and utilize him in his defense. So, not brutal. Could have been amazing. Give it, like, right now, vibes, like, B minus, given the players and the big name guys that were available. But still, not bad. And given what we did on day 1 with Jalen Cutter and Nolan Smith, the rest of the draft is just icing on the cake. But let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. We'll be back tomorrow night. I'm going to be gone during the day, so there won't be any live reactions. But tomorrow night, I will recap all of the Philadelphia Eagles day 3 picks hopefully there's some good ones in there. But until next time, it's Voice4 saying like, subscribe, all that cheesy YouTuber stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.